Urbandale teacher Amanda Delzell shared the story last month, sounding the alarm about a special needs student she says was being mistreated by another teacher. The child's parents are also sounding the alarm, filing a civil rights complaint over how their then first grade son was treated. WHO 13's Erin Kiernan sat down with them today.
I've obtained a copy of the civil rights complaint that outlines the ways in which Cody and Paige Pettick say the Urbandale School District failed to provide an adequate, safe, and harassment-free learning environment for their disabled son, who cannot speak for himself.
How old are you going to be? 8? 8! Keaton is a 7-year-old, fun-loving, Luke Combs-loving, happy, resilient kid that has been through a lot and still walks around with a smile on his face every single day.
Born with disorders you've likely never heard of, on top of severe autism, Keaton Pettick has proven a lot of doctors wrong in his short life.
But any type of disruption in his schedule, either at home or at school, can cause him to be overstimulated, overwhelmed, and very confused.
And that can lead to behaviors like screaming, physical aggression, even self-injury, which school staff reported seeing during a field day at Webster Elementary last spring.
So his behavioral plan states that in any type of situation that Keaton is triggered and is banging his head on any object or ground, an adult will immediately intervene and block his head from, with the safety cushions, from hitting the ground or object. And that is supposed to be followed up with a nurse evaluating him.
And Paige says the school nurse called her to let her know Keaton had been hitting his head, breaking open a scab on his ear. She went on to say that the special ed teacher had tended to the injury and the bleeding had stopped. The next day, May 25th, the school principal sent Paige an email telling her the special ed teacher would be out for a few days with no further explanation.
On May 30th, I was notified by another employee that an incident had occurred involving our son, that they were told not to say anything or speak about it to parents.
What did this person tell you?
They had told me that there was video footage of Keaton in a hallway, in the concrete hallway, banging his head.
All by himself?
With 2 employees, the special education teacher and the associate.
And what were those 2 adults doing?
He was banging his head for numerous times and minutes, and staff did not intervene or help him in a crisis.
What's your reaction when you're hearing this?
We couldn't believe it. We didn't know what to do at this point.
The Petticks didn't send Keaton back to school the next day, but did ask to see that video.
Very upset, hurt, scared, not knowing what happened.
For sure. What are we about to witness?
What are we about to see?
Mad?
Mad.
Very mad, because we didn't know to the degree of what actually occurred and if Keaton was hurt.
Told me the video was laughable, that I wouldn't think it was that bad.
Tell me what you saw.
At the beginning of the video, you can see Keaton in a concrete hallway. The SPED teacher is standing over him with her arms crossed across her chest, or with her hands on her hips, not showing any type of empathy or getting down on his level. The associate has his safety pads present, and repeatedly goes towards Keaton like she's going to help him, and then backs off, looks up, looks frantic again because he hits his head again, goes towards Keaton again, backs off, looks back up, looks like she doesn't know how to react to this.
Paige says the associate was confused because the special ed teacher told her not to help Keaton.
You also see the SPED teacher at times scooting him down the hallway with her foot.
As he's banging his head on the floor.
And screaming out, crying.
Describe for me what's going through your head and your heart when you're watching that.
My heart's in my stomach at this point.
What do you know about the special ed teacher?
I know she's still employed in the district.
She's in the district and still overseeing special needs kids. And that hurts.
Yeah, how's that make you feel?
It hurts. I'm terrified.
Other kids that can't speak and...
Terrified. These kids can't talk. And they're just terrified all the way around from everybody involved. And I feel like there's nobody there looking out for the best interest of the kid.
And the Petticks say that's why they decided to file the civil rights complaint that names the special ed teacher, administrators, and the Urbandale School District and its board.
The way they handled it is why we chose to do what we did. It could have went differently. It could have. It could have went way differently.
If
They would have just contacted us the day it happened.
What do you want the outcome to be?
Ultimately, we want, first of all, it comes to Keaton's safety, right? We want to know that our kid is safe at school. Secondly, this starts at the top.
Leadership starts at the top, and this is not the way you handle situations.
They have to be held accountable.
They got to be held accountable for what they have done and the way they've handled it. If they've done it to our kid, they'll do it to others. And that's what we're after, is that never happens again.
This afternoon, I reached out to Amanda Delzell, the teacher who's been placed on administrative leave. I spoke with her attorney, who sent me a statement that reads in part that Delzell is now facing devastating allegations from the Urbandale School District and that her client just wants to get back to serving as a teacher.
Thank you, Erin. Today, we again asked the school district for comment about Keaton and student safety in general. However, school leaders declined.